Developing news coming out today, January the 10th, 2025, regarding the drones and the wildfires, as we are hearing that individuals are saying they are seeing the mysterious drones, the same ones that we've seen all over the nation, and particularly in New Jersey and New York. In California, they believe inside of the blazing wildfires. Now, in addition to that, we're receiving word that there was a drone that hit a super scooper that was flying over the Palisades fire to try to deliver water, and that plane is now grounded because there was a drone that was in the middle of that. They're trying to figure out what happened there. Firefighter plane grounded for 3 days after a drone strike caused a fist-like hole inside this super scooper. And also, I shared with you earlier today, we heard Donald Trump in the last 24 hours come out and say, I'm going to get you a report on the drones on the first day that I am in office. We're going to put an end to this drone mystery. And we're now hearing that this is offering up a potential threat to the wildfire situation as well. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Take a look. Mysterious drones spotted flying over California wildfires as blazes wreak havoc. In addition to that, super scooper hit by a drone while flying over the Palisades fire. Los Angeles wildfires. Firefighting plane grounded for 3 days after a drone strike causes a fist-sized hole in the plane. I'm going to share with you the footage so you can see it for yourself. And also, as I mentioned, Donald Trump said, I'm going to give you a report on the drones about 1 day into my administration. We're going to get down to the bottom of this. I'm going to let you know everything that is going on. Now, I have got a ton of video footage for you. We're going to be taking a look at the drone collide with the plane. I've also got drone footage of the fires right now, and it is incredible. You don't want to miss this footage of LA absolutely devastated. And also, we're going to be looking at, as I mentioned, that super scooper that was hit. And also, I've got the video footage for you of Donald Trump, if you missed it, saying that he is going to make sure that we have that situation handled with the drones. He is going to bring it to pass where everyone can know what is going on. He said the Biden administration knows, the government knows, the Pentagon knows, and he doesn't understand why they're leaving the American people in the dark. He said it's time to share with them the truth. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to what is coming out on this. And again, do me a favor. If you appreciate the updates, take a second, if you haven't done so yet, and hit that like button. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, make sure you're staying subscribed to the channel. I've had people yet again letting me know just in the past couple of days that they are being unsubscribed from the channel, that they are hitting the subscribe button. They're coming back the next day to check up on updates, and it says that they are not subscribed to the channel and they didn't unsubscribe. So make sure you're staying subscribed to the channel. Also, in addition to that, all of these articles that I'm going to be referencing regarding the drones, the fires, everything that's going on, they're going to be linked down in the description below. I cite all the sources, put it on the screen, read right from it so that way you can see it for yourself and know that it is the latest. But let's go ahead and get right to it so that way you can see what is going on. And let's start off with the mystery drones. Now, these are the drones that we had heard are in New Jersey and in New York. We had heard Donald Trump say he is going to put an end to the questions, people not knowing what's going on. And people are saying that they are seeing these drones in the California fires. Now, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that there is a connection here? We had heard that there potentially was a connection on the attacks that had unfolded on New Year's Day in New Orleans and in Las Vegas, and now people are claiming that they're seeing the exact same drones they believe in the fires. Now, some people are saying, no, it could be some sort of natural phenomena. It's hard to tell. The winds are very strong. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think the drones are somehow tied to the fires? If you think so, put yes. If you think no, put no. Let me see your thoughts in the comments down below. But let's take a look at this. Now, I shared this particular article with you earlier today, but we're going to be getting more into the drone collide and other articles as well. But let's just recap this one really quickly. Mysterious drones spotted flying over California wildfires as blaze wreaks havoc. Authorities in Los Angeles say there is, as yet, no possibility of bringing the wildfires under control, as some locals claim to have seen drones moving amid the flames. Now, fast-moving wildfires are wreaking havoc across Southern California, with thousands evacuated around Los Angeles' exclusive Pacific Palisades area. At least 5 people have lost their lives and 30,000 have evacuated, with the area of the fire continuing to rapidly expand. Now, but some Witnesses to the blaze claim to have seen what appeared to be drones or some other unidentified aerial phenomenon skimming above the flames. One news broadcast about the fire became notorious after CNN reporter Nick Watt, who was almost hit by a piece of burning debris, shouted out the Lord's name, but several more news clips of the disaster have gone viral after viewers saw what they believed were drones whizzing through the flames. So this is starting to spread as people are saying they believe they are seeing drones in the middle of these fires that are taking place in California. Now, it says the clips circulating rapidly on social media show glowing objects apparently moving at high speeds through the flames. Another clip appears to show a large glowing mothership amid the smoke. So a lot of people concerned right now with the footage coming out. They believe they are seeing these same drones inside of the fires. Now, some viewers have speculated that the sightings are simply natural atmospheric phenomena created by the intense heat. However, Chilean news site Avengola reported others have suggested that hostile drones could be hovering overhead. So they're saying these could be some sort of hostile drones that are involved in what is going on. One Twitter user said, with 85-mile-per-hour winds, it could be anything, including pieces of flying, burning debris, birds, bats, or swarms of insects. It's odd-looking, though, they said. Now, local news site CalWire posted 2 of the videos with the caption, "Strange fast-moving objects seen over SoCal fires. People online are observing strange projectiles coming in and out of the Southern California fires on live TV," they added. "Missile? Firework? UFO? Arson? Are we under attack?" they asked. Now, even without some kind of external attack, the outlook for locals is gloomy. The seasonal Santa Ana winds, with the gusts of up to 80 miles per hour, are fanning the blaze, and the situation is expected to worsen in the coming 12 to 24 hours. Authorities say there is no possibility of bringing the fires under control in the immediate future, and residents watching the flames coming ever closer to their homes are saying they don't know where to go. One Topanga Canyon resident told the Mirror, "Our area was evacuated. The fires are apocalyptic, catastrophic." So there you have it. We're hearing that people believe they are seeing drones now in the fire, and that the drones might be tied to some of what is going on. Now, again, let me know your thoughts. Do you believe this? Do you think that they are tied together with the fires? Well, we're hearing that on January 21st, within 1 day of Donald Trump entering the office, he is saying that he is going to let the American people know everything that they have regarding the drones. And he said that he doesn't know why the Biden administration is not letting the American people know. He said apparently they're saying they don't know what's going on, but he said that they all know what's taking place, but they're keeping the American people in suspense. Let me go ahead and share with you the clip so that way you can see it for yourself. And then we're going to be taking a look at some more information here regarding the drone that hit the firefighter plane that was trying to help out in the Palisades fire. But let's go ahead and take a look at this clip so you can hear it directly from Donald Trump yourself.
I said then Canada should be a 51st state. And that's where we are now.
A story that kind of disappeared very suddenly. Do you have any idea whatever happened to the drones?
What happened to drones?
Well, you had said that you knew you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot. So
what happened?
I'm going to give you a report on drones about 1 day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And it's not only with me. Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the largest naval base in the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why. And I think that's absolutely unacceptable. And I think President Trump and the new leadership coming in, I think, will work diligently to understand who's behind this and what we do in order to stop the digital surveillance of all of our secure infrastructure.
Is it dangerous?
Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being flown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana. And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones. and it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real.
Nobody knows, they don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor, you got something?
I was just going to say, we have drones in Wyoming flying over our infrastructure as well. And it's incredibly frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is, but nobody knows how to deal with them.
They don't want to talk about it, and nobody knows why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case, us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration, but shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report on it. We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
There you have it, you guys. So he said it's very strange that they aren't talking about it, but on the 21st, he said he is going to give an update on the drones. And if you appreciate that approach from Donald Trump, drop a 47 in the comments as he is coming in and saying he's not going to do like the Biden administration, keeping everybody in the dark. Whatever it is, he said he is going to let the American people know, because the drones issue, we're hearing it's not slowing down. There's just less reporting on it, but it is still there. It is still a present threat and danger. And we're also hearing it's posing a threat as well with the California fires. Now, take a look at this as well. If you haven't heard, Super Scooper hit by a drone while flying over the Palisades fire. The drone reportedly left a football-sized hole in the wing of the firefighting aircraft. We're hearing that it was flying over trying to scoop up some water, and a drone hit it. It says a water-dropping Super Scooper was grounded Thursday night after it was hit and damaged by a civilian drone, the Federal Aviation Administration says. The aircraft was flying over the Palisades fire, one of the most destructive of the Southern California fires, when it was struck. The drone reportedly left a football-sized hole in the wing of the plane. The Super Scooper landed safely, though it remains out of service. No injuries were reported. It's a federal crime to fly a drone in the middle of the firefighting efforts and punishable by up to 12 months in prison. The FAA can also impose a civil penalty of up to $75,000 against any drone pilot who interferes with wildfire suppression, law enforcement, or emergency response operations when temporary flight restrictions are in place. The FAA treats these violations seriously and immediately considers swift enforcement actions for these offenses, said the agency in a statement. The FAA has not authorized anyone unaffiliated with the Los Angeles firefighting operations to fly drones in the TFRs. So there you have it. We are hearing that that is unfolding. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at some video footage on this. And also, I'm going to share with you some video footage of drones flying over the actual fire that is taking place. Let's go ahead and take a look.
With you that we just got into our live now from Fox Studios. Really alarming news, to say the least. Take a good look. This, as we're getting this from LA County Fire on X, formerly known as Twitter. You see it there on your screen. They say today, January 9th, 2025. So this happened yesterday at approximately 1 p.m. They say while flying in the Palisades fire area, Super Scooper Quebec 1 was struck by a civilian drone that was not assigned to the Palisades fire. So to give you some perspective of what the Super Scooper Quebec 1 is, there's an image of it at the that top image there on your screen, the airplane, which is releasing water. So the Super Scooper will go out to the ocean to get water to then fly over the impacted areas that are currently on fire. Sometimes they have to be very strategic due to those Santa Ana winds, dropping it maybe before they get to the fire so the wind can put it into place, or maybe after the fire so it can blow it in the opposite direction. Very strategic. Well, Quebec 1 sustained wind damage and remains grounded and out of service this Friday morning. There were no reported injuries, though. Thankful news there. The incident is under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration. And again, this is because the civilian drone was not assigned to the Palisades fire, should not have been flying in this area, period. The LA County Fire Department, they would like to remind everyone that flying a drone in the midst of firefighting efforts is a federal crime and punishable by up to 12 months in prison or a fine of up to $75,000. $100,000. And you can see that damage that was sustained to the Quebec one in the second image there towards the bottom of your screen. Of course, this is an ongoing investigation as to why the civilian drone was in the airspace in the first place. And of course, as we've been following drone sightings and the controversy surrounding drones, we're seeing it in real time of why many people feel they should not be flying in the airspace, as the Super Scooper Quebec 1 was doing its job trying to get water from the ocean to then release over the blaze that's still burning at this hour. And unfortunately, the Quebec 1 sustained wing damage.
So there you have it, you guys. So that is video footage that is referencing what took place. Now, in addition to that, take a look at this. We've got video footage from a drone over the damaged areas. This is drones capturing the harrowing destruction of the LA fires after the entire neighborhoods are destroyed. Watch this incredible footage to see. So there you have it, you guys. That is drone footage of the devastation from the wildfires that are taking place in Los Angeles. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, we had heard that there was a firefighting super scooper that was coming and picking up water, and it actually was struck by a drone. And there are reports coming out of this saying that this is actually an aircraft that we received from Canada to help fight against these fires. Take a look at this, and they're also going to be giving you an update as well on the fires that are taking place right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video footage so that way you can see it for yourself.
The FAA is investigating a mid-air collision that happened between an aircraft, a key aircraft obviously used in fighting the Palisades fire, and a drone that shouldn't have been where it was. It was flying in restricted airspace, and as a result, one of these, it's one of two so-called Super Scooper planes, has been taken out of commission for repairs. These are planes that are so essential in this fight. They can scoop up more than 1,500 gallons of ocean water and drop it on active fires.
And they work with almost surgical accuracy. CNN's Pete Montine joins us now. Pete, what exactly happened here?
Well, to put it simply, this was pretty brazen and could have been a whole heck of a lot worse. The restricted airspace has been in place over the LA fire since Tuesday, a safe space for aerial firefighting by effectively creating a no-fly zone for other aircraft. And now the FAA wants to know how a drone ended up in there. It was hit by one of the air tankers helping out from Canada, a Canadair CL-415, better known as the Super Scooper, that has been vital to this air attack. They fly out to the Pacific Ocean, load up on about 1,500 gallons of water, then swoop back in and drop that water on their target fire. This is the exact plane in question, known as Quebec 1. And these are the photos from the Los Angeles Fire Department. You can see the hole in the leading edge of the wing there. That is where the drone apparently impacted this plane. The latest update from the Los Angeles Fire Department says the plane remains out of service right now. And I want you to listen now to police who say the search is on to find out who was operating that drone in restricted airspace.
Flying a drone in the fire traffic area is not only dangerous, but it's illegal. We do have our federal partners behind the scenes are going to be implementing procedures to be able to follow drones in our 2 large fire areas, and they will be able to identify who the operator of that drone is. The most important thing to know is that if you fly a drone at one of these brush fires, all aerial operations will be shut down. And we certainly don't want to have that happen.
Here is the good news. The pilots did a good job of getting that plane back on the ground safely. Nobody was hurt. Federal Aviation Administration says this: the FAA treats these violations seriously and immediately considers swift enforcement action for these offenses. It is a federal crime to interfere with fighting of a wildfire. You can face up to 12 months in prison, and the FAA can also impose a civil fine of $75,000. The LAFD says for a time this caused the airspace over the fires to be cleared out of an abundance of caution, so all the aircraft on the wildfire had to be grounded, and the FAA says that slows the fire response and could cost lives. Drones are really this emerging hazard right now, and we have seen it interfere with commercial air travel. We've seen it interfere with NFL football games. Now we've seen it interfere with a wildfire, and the FAA really not joking around with its punishment here.
Yeah, this is so terrible to see this happen. When can that plane get back up in the air?
It seems like it should be a relatively easy fix. It looks mostly like just sheet metal, maybe superficial to me. So hopefully they'll be able to get it back up in the air soon. More and more help is arriving all the time. And the good news is California is pretty well equipped to do this. And the crews, these Canadian crews who often help out with wildfires like this from British Columbia and Quebec, they're so experienced with the wildfires there. They really know what they're doing, and they can drop water right on the target. It's almost like watching a great sports game when they really nail it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is impressive work, and so silly for somebody to be up there in the air when they don't need to be when these delicate operations are taking place. Pete Montine, thanks so much for the update. Let's bring in Kenichi Haskett, Section Chief with the LA County Fire Department assigned to the Palisades fire. Thank you so much for being with us, Chief. I do want to get an update from you about the Palisades fire. We know it's 8% contained. How much longer do you think before it can be fully contained?
We want to fully contain this as soon as possible, not only to firefighters and first responders to return normalcy, but we want to get people back home. So infrastructure is devastated. So the power, the water, the sewer, everything is, unfortunately, almost looks like what a war zone might look like. We want to get people back as soon as possible, but it could be weeks, it could be months. I don't know. I can't forecast that future. You guys mentioned, I want to hit on it real quick. It's sunny, it's dry, but the weather, those are good recipes for continuing wildland fires. We don't have the winds that he mentioned, which is great, so we can get that aircraft in the air, but it's sunny. When it's sunny and there's open flame, it adds to the fire behavior in the sense that the fire will keep burning.
Yeah, and there's so much fuel out there is the other problem, right? So much dry brush because there hasn't been a whole lot of moisture in that area. How critical is it for your crews to right now capitalize on the winds being relatively subdued before we see that resurgence going into next week?
allows for more precise water drops and retardant drops from our aircraft and our rotary wing helicopters. So they're able to get ahead of it and stop those large fire front walls of fire that you see that could be 20, 30 feet high. So we'll take advantage of that with our aircraft, and it helps eliminate those spot fires that we're seeing that were going literally multiple football fields up to miles away the other night.
Yeah, I do wonder if you have any update for us on injuries or the death toll. Obviously, it's a difficult process as firefighters comb through areas that were previously inaccessible, but we want to give viewers an update on where things stand on that end.
My condolences first and foremost to all the families that have had member family die. That's not something that we ever want to do as firefighters and law enforcement, is to start recovering bodies on the fire line. So I can't give you an accurate number. Unfortunately, that number might grow that we already have out. So there's been multiple fatalities just on several of our fires, the Eden fire, and unfortunately the fire that I'm on, the Palisades fire.
Yeah, it is one of the more tragic parts of all the awful scenes that we've been watching unfold. I do want to ask you about, and I just want to let our viewers know, these are actually live images of firefighters battling blazes right on the fire lines. And when we zoomed out earlier, you could see houses on the outskirts there. So these are literally the front lines where firefighters are right now. Chief, I'm curious about how you all are working to get a handle on an understanding of what might have sparked some of these fires. I know that someone was arrested for suspected arson near the Kenneth fire. Do you have any indication to this point on what may have started the Palisades fire or any of the others?
No, you spoke to the Kenneth, the person's suspects under arrest for allegedly possibly starting that fire, but that's under investigation at this time. Ours will be under investigation for a length of time, so we need to let law enforcement continue that process. You mentioned the homes next to that open flames. I don't have visual, but I want people to know if they're in a warning area, they need to be ready to go if we have to issue an evacuation order. When tonight, we do not want to displace anyone from your homes. That's where your memories are made. That's where your family lives. But if you're in a warning area, please be ready to evacuate if an order is issued. That's how we save lives. That's how we can help keep you safe. That's our number one priority, is to get you out safely. So I urge your viewers and your listeners to please adhere to the warning and be ready to go if an order is issued. When an order is issued, you need to leave immediately, because it means imminent danger is coming. And we have law enforcement, the National Guard here to prevent looters. And if we do have looters on scene, they will be arrested.
There you have it, you guys. And again, the warnings coming out regarding the looting. If you haven't heard, there are a lot of people we're hearing that are going door to door telling people that they need to evacuate their homes, pretending to be law enforcement. Then after people evacuate and leave, then they go in and they are robbing people's homes with fake evacuation alerts. So please be aware of that right now there are people scamming and looting others during this tragic time. So be aware that is taking place as well. Unfortunately, there are people that are taking advantage of this situation and robbing people. Now, in addition to that, I'm also taking a look here at the live feeds, trying to get you guys caught up on information. Oh, Mimi, thank you for the $20 super chat. Little donation to say thank you. This California situation is just horrific. Yes, it is. I will keep you up to date on everything so that way you are aware of everything going on. Thank you for the generosity. I appreciate that a ton. Now, in addition to that, I had let you guys know earlier today, or excuse me, last night, that there was an arrest that was made of a homeless man. Now, this homeless man, they said they believed was an arson that was lighting these on fire. Well, take a look at this. Wanted to share with you all the updates coming out. Homeless man seen lighting fires who was zip-tied by LA residents has not yet been charged with arson. And I actually saw a clip as they said that there's not enough evidence to convict him, that they don't believe, that they can't confirm that he is actually the person lighting the fires. But he was seen by the Kenneth fire, they believe, when it started, and that he, and there you can see him actually being arrested. There's some video footage of it right here. This is the police with the man, but some local residents actually saw him, and you can see the blowtorch that is right there on top of the police car. And the residents actually apprehended him, took him down. A group of them came and stopped him from going about his business with the blowtorch. Now, let's go and take a look at this article as we're hearing that he is not going to be charged. Let me know, do you think this is good or bad? Do you think that he was a part of this or not? Now we're hearing people saying that they believe they are seeing drones in here as well. Let me know, do you think that he should be locked up? If you think so, put a 3. If you think no, if there's no evidence, he might have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time and just happened to have a blowtorch, put a 4. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But take a look at this. It says a homeless man zip-tied by concerned citizens after he was seen lighting fires on a Los Angeles street with a torch has yet to be charged with arson, Los Angeles cops said Friday, while stressing that they are still investigating the disturbing incident. The man was cornered and tied up by residents of Woodland Hills near the Kenneth Fire on Thursday afternoon after they allegedly saw him riding his bike around and lighting old Christmas trees and debris on fire with what one resident described as a flamethrower. Now, police soon arrived and they took the man into custody, who has still not yet been identified. He is in custody. So I'm seeing these 3s coming in. Let me know your thoughts on this. If he is a part of this, you know, he needs to be arrested, of course. And if he is not a part of it, it's just kind of like, what are you thinking? Like, the level of stupidity. There's literally these fires that are plaguing the entire city, and you're going around with a blowtorch deciding to have fun to burn Christmas trees on fire. I mean, if he is not an arson that's lighting these on fire, I mean, he's just not very bright. Now take a look at this. It says, however, there was not enough evidence to charge him with arson. LAPD Assistant Chief Dominic Choi told reporters on Friday. So there's the individual right there. You can see him being arrested by the police, and you can see the blowtorch right on top of the police vehicle. Now, once we learned this suspect was a possible arson suspect, Major Crimes Division from LAPD and the Ventura County Sheriff's Office interviewed the man, Choi said. After the interview and additional investigative steps, looking at some additional evidence there was present, they made the determination that there was not enough probable cause to arrest this person on arson or suspicion of arson. He was arrested on a felony probation violation, and the investigation is ongoing, police have said. I'd like to thank those community members that were involved in helping bring this person to our attention, Choi added. Officials have not yet determined the cause of any of the wildfires that have scorched more than 35,000 acres in and around Los Angeles, destroying thousands of structures and ending the lives now of 10 people. Now, soon after the alleged firebug was taken into custody, the Los Angeles Police Department confirmed that it was investigating the Kenneth Fire as likely arson. So we are hearing that they are saying that they do believe that this is arson. And again, I let you guys know that the Hollywood Hills fire, we were watching it live. Literally, I think within 30 minutes, 60 minutes of it coming out, I was live reporting on it, and we heard the reports coming out from the fire department, from the experts, from the news reporting, and they were saying that there was no way that this was started by embers from the other fires. It was too far away. They said somebody lit this fire. And again, we are hearing confirmation. They are investigating this as arson. They believe somebody is going around and starting these, whether it is this individual, somebody else. I saw some people saying drones. I saw other people saying that there's a theory going around about some sort of laser or something. But whatever comes out, I will let you guys know. But we're hearing they are saying somebody is lighting these fires. It says the Kenneth Fire sparked Thursday and has since burned 1,000 acres. The blaze was 35% contained Friday afternoon today. Now, the fire is one of 5 burning in Los Angeles County, with the largest, the Palisades Fire, burning more than 20,000 acres. In all, more than 35,000 acres, or double the size of Manhattan, has burned in Southern California in this week. Wow. So there you have it. Now, in addition to that, let's take a look at this update as well. As Los Angeles fires, more than 10,000 homes and businesses destroyed. At least 10 have lost their lives. Here you can see here the facts, fast facts for you. The Palisades Fire, Eaton Fire, Kenneth Fire, the Hearst Fire, the Lydia Fire, they have all burned for more than 27,000 acres in Los Angeles's area officials have said. Now, we just read an article that said 35,000 in total. This one's saying 27,000. So this might be a little bit of an older update, but it is on a live feed. It says the Eaton and Palisades fire, they have claimed at least 8 lives. So this one must be older because the article we just saw said 10. Growth of that fire has been significantly stopped. LA County's Fire Department Chief Anthony Marone announced on Friday 3 other fire-related lives were lost, have been confirmed by the Los Angeles County coroners, bringing the toll of the wildfires to at least 10. Okay, so there we have it, some new updated information. LA County Sheriff Robert Luna said Thursday that 20 people have been arrested so far for looting the Southern California wildfires. So again, looters going from home to home during these fires and evacuations, robbing people's homes. Now, as of Friday morning, the fires have destroyed more than 10,000 homes and buildings, according to local officials, while 153,000 people are under evacuation notice. Now, take a look at this. This coming out about an hour ago. It says some residents being immediately denied FEMA assistance as well. So this is one of the latest updates coming out here from Fox News on the fires. And we are hearing, as I mentioned, that there are drones that are actually inside of the fires. Take a look. Mysterious drones spotted flying over the California wildfires as blazes wreak havoc on Southern California. So we're trying to figure out what is going on with these fires. Why are there drones inside of them? Also, in addition to that, Super Scooper hit by a drone while flying over the Palisades fire. Donald Trump saying that we will get an update on the drones. Rest assured, the truth will be exposed. He said, I'm going to give you a report on the drones about 1 day into my administration. So we're hearing January 21st, the world is going to find out more about the drones. And in addition to that, as I mentioned to you, we had heard that there was an individual that was arrested at this time. They're saying he was a homeless man that was going around lighting Christmas trees on fire that were on the street. He was arrested, suspected of arson causing the Kenneth fire. Now police are saying they believe it is not him, but they are saying, they have confirmed, they believe this is a case of arson. Someone going around lighting these fires. It is not just natural causes. And also, as I shared with you, we saw the video footage of the devastation that has unfolded throughout all of this. We saw the drone footage. We saw the scooper that was hit. And also Donald Trump speaking with the governors, discussing all of what has unfolded and the drones, which he said will be coming to light here very soon. So there you have it, you guys. That is the latest. Now, as I mentioned, as more comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to speed here on the channel, but we're hearing that there are drones in the fire. And do me a favor, let me know very quickly in the comments, do you believe the drones are tied to the fires? If you think so, put a 1. If you think no, put a 2. I'm curious to see what people's thoughts are. If you think the drones are not a part of it, put a 2. Maybe it is just arsonists. We had heard people say there was eco attacks taking place, but maybe it does involve the drones. Let me know what your thoughts are. Now, if it does involve the drones, we'd seen a lot of them in New Jersey, and now we're also seeing them in California, but we're only seeing fires in California. So maybe there are eco attacks going on, has nothing to do with the drones, put a 2. Maybe it's just natural causes, put a 2. But if you think the drones are involved somehow, put a 1. Let me know your thoughts. Now, we also had heard that the drones might have been involved with the attacks that happened on New Year's Day, as we had received those emails from the individual that was involved with the Cybertruck in Las Vegas that exploded. So we will see. As more information comes out, I'll keep you guys up to speed, but without a doubt, there is a lot going on right now. And like I said, as the pieces come together, I will be sure to share here on the channel so that way you know the latest, exactly what is going on. And if you appreciate that, do me a favor. If you haven't done so yet, please take a second, hit that like button for me. That simple gesture just takes a second and it helps out the channel a ton. I appreciate it. Also, subscribe to stay up to date. Totally free. Why not? And all of the articles, they're going to be linked down in the description below for you to reference so that way you can see it for yourself and know that it is the latest. But that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.